Now, get ready for the hottest podcast coming out of Dallas, Texas, with Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. Stars talking Cowboys. Let's go!
Yo, here we go again, back up on the scene. Stars talking Cowboys, you know what I mean. The podcast repping everything with silver and blue. Keeping it real, that's what they do. Let me tell you about the crew. Sean Fox, spitting facts. K Boogie's giving game. Nikki's got the stats, so of course she covers everything. It's showtime, so let's get to the biz. And that Stars talking Cowboys, yeah, you know what time it is. Yo, welcome back to another podcast episode of Stars Talking Cowboys. Starring Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki is in the building.
You gonna dig this. Let's go.
What up, what up, what up?
What's good, my brother? What's going on?
Man, we are here. We are here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Once again, welcome everyone to another edition of Stars Talking Cowboys. I am one of your hosts, Sean Fox. We got K Boogie on the line, and obviously Miss the Queen will be here at her beckoning.
Yes, she will. Yes, she will. She got to get it right before she get on this tube, man. She got to get it right. It's all
That's
good.
Right. That's what's up. For those who don't know, follow us on our new YouTube page, Stars Talking Cowboys. We're also obviously on Facebook, and we're going to just keep growing from there.
That's right. Keep it moving.
Well, guess what, bro? We got football we have Cowboys football in 4 days.
Wow, 4 whole days. We play Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
How you feel about that?
I'm excited, but I'm calm at the same time.
Okay.
Because so I'm looking forward to the game. Hopefully we come out and we bring some physicality to the game. That's what I'm hoping. You know, we punch them right in the mouth. First kickoff, first play of the game, we set the tone. We need to set the tone early. Whatever happened against the 49ers, let it be in the past. What happened preseason in the past. You know, the first series, punch somebody in the mouth. Take a penalty if you have to, just to show them, listen, this going to be the tone of the game moving forward. That's what we have to do. Because everybody think we soft. They think we have no heart. We soft. We got to set the tone. So that's what I'm looking for. First play.
Well, you know,
jump on my seat.
That San Francisco game, that was the narrative of us being a soft team.
Yeah, I know.
And I think the biggest thing that, you know, I learned about that San Francisco game was that our coaching is horrible.
Coach, hey. What's up, Nick?
Hey, y'all.
What's good?
What's up?
We here.
Shoot, nigga. Finishing up some work. I'm gonna be in the backfield for a minute. Y'all talk.
Okay, you working? All right. Well then.
I know that feeling.
I'm just finishing up a couple of accounts, but y'all go ahead. I mean, I'll chime in when it's time.
All righty, right.
I won't be long.
She's multitasking right now. She's multitasking. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
That's what you have to do.
All right. So, I guess first things first. We finally signed this a swing tackle.
Jason.
It's not necessarily who I dreamed of.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tackle. It's a veteran presence on that offensive line.
Correct.
Yes, he's a presence, but he's 40 years old as well.
Well, he played last year in Chicago, and he
played 15 games last year at 39,
and had a pretty good rating. So
I had a pretty good.
But you know what? He's playing for the Cowboys in the NFC East, and it's a little different. The pressure is going to be a little different playing for the Cowboys than it was playing for the Bears. All emphasis is going to be on our offensive line. So he got to come correct each and every game. When he's ready to play, he got to be ready to play. He has to. I don't know
Well,
if
I
he's gonna
think
play
that's why they're
tackle.
gonna ease him in.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to ease him in, bring him in. You know, try to build some cohesiveness early, hopefully. But he's gonna have a lot of pressure on him as a 40-year-old left tackle or left guard. We don't know. So
Well,
it's gonna be
this the
interesting.
thing, and it is. But for me, I rather have something stable there than I have nothing at all there. I mean, we were going into the season and into the games with nothing there. With, I mean, not I'm not nothing there, but with someone that that he either way he got to build trust with somebody, and I think he probably feel better knowing that there's a vet on this line versus that whole line being just as young, being young and not, you know, especially he don't know we don't know what we're gonna get out of Tyler Smith. He going in the game with a sprained ankle. Um, you know, they reached out to Eric Fisher. They reached out to who we basically wanted, who we felt might have been the better pick of the two. But the money he wanted, it wasn't what they wanted to pay, you know. And I get it. I get both sides of it. I mean, he won his last big payday. Jared the Jones is saying now we don't want to bring nobody in that we gotta overpay for. You know, they didn't feel like he was worth the amount of money that they wanted that his camp wanted. Can't get mad at him for wanting his money. Can't get mad at them for not wanting to overpay either. You know, and Eric have had some injuries versus Peters is what well he 40 now, but I don't think I've seen him have as many injuries either.
So how much money did Eric really want? How much money did he want? Does anybody know?
I think he took vet minimum.
No, no. I'm saying how much money did Eric Fisher want
Oh, I don't
to
know the
sign with the
exact amount.
Cowboys?
Yeah, I don't know the exact amount. All I know is they said that it wasn't what they wanted to pay.
Mm.
So I'm
Wow.
not sure what that means. Eventually the numbers will come out. You know how they do.
Yeah.
You know, eventually the numbers will come out as to why. Um, I think I'm looking at it as this point of view. Beggars can't be choosy.
And that's a good point too. I mean, it's looking like right now. I think I read that we are the third youngest team in the NFL right now. So
Yes,
we
we
Hmm.
need
are.
yeah we need some veteran presence. And I'm still even with the addition of him that O line still scares me.
It's still shaky.
Yeah.
It's still shaky.
We're gonna be in 12 personnel most of that game against
Yes.
Tampa Bay. Two
Yeah.
tight ends. We're gonna have two tight ends in that game. It's gonna be
Yeah.
12 personnel.
They already
So
said
that's the thing. So where's the explosive plays gonna come from if we're gonna be in 12 personnel most of the game?
You still got a decent tight end. It depends on who the opposite receiver of CD is. You know, it depends on what defensive set the Bucks want to run. You know, if we decide to try to force the ball and they come to cover three, um, then you go to the tight end. If they go to cover four, um, or cover two or cover four, then it's going to be a lot of underneath stuff. So, I mean, it all depends on what kind of what kind of defensive lineup they what kind of defense they set up against us.
I don't know. I think they're gonna double CD every chance they get.
Of
I think
course,
they're gonna double them. They're gonna double
of
CD
course.
every chance they get. So hopefully they split Pollard out wide, put him in the slot. Semi for Hoku. Hopefully he can get in the game and draw some coverage his way because of the speed that he has. So let's see what happens. Let's see. That's why I'm being real calm, real patient, and seeing basically how our coaches adjust to what Tampa Bay is doing on the field. That's another thing. Let's see how our coach is going to adjust to them.
That's what it's going to come down to. I think it's going to come down to coaching more than it's going to come down to the players. It's going to come down to the coaches, how the coaching handle this type of game. being that it's the first game of the season, being that we don't have Cooper, we don't have who we don't have Cooper, we don't have Randy Gregory,
Wilson, we not
we don't
Wilson
have
either.
Wilson. It's gonna all come down to how they can coach this game and how Keelan Moore can draw up the plays to help the team.
I just hope that they don't use the Broncos game plan or the 49ers game plan. And if they do, what type of adjustments are we going to make?
Right. That's
Because the
our main
blueprint
thing
is
is
right there.
adjustments. We don't make adjustments.
That's the game plan right there. They can use that same game plan that Denver ran last year or the 49ers. Same one. Because they have some issues
That's
too
our
on the
blueprint.
offensive line. You know, they
Right.
have some offensive line issues too, but they also have Tom Brady. And everybody keeps saying that Tom Brady has so much to prove right now because he's going through some personal issues. So he wants to prove everybody wrong and he's focused on football. So it's going to be interesting on Sunday night. It's going to be really interesting Sunday night. Let's see.
I
I
mean,
know
if
the
you
defense going to step up. The defense
take
going to
his
ball
take
out.
take his time in the pocket away, if you give him um those you give him the time, he gonna slice and dice you all day long if you give him the time. So I want to see both sides of the ball. I want to see what our offense do, and I want to see how our defense act, how our defense respond. I know one thing: we
Pressure
can't let
Brady.
them go down the field and just score. We can't do that.
No, not at all. That's why we got to pressure Brady up the middle. He's susceptible to pressure up the middle, like any quarterback. But Brady hates pressure up the middle. If you can run some stunts and get some pressure up the middle, fluster him early. That's what we need to do.
Well, I think that both offensive lines are suspect in this game, and it's going to be up to the defenses. That's how I feel.
Mhm. I
I
think it's
don't
gonna
think
be a defensive game.
I don't think it's going to be the highest scoring game that we had last year.
Mm-mm.
I definitely think it's going to be, it's going to be up to defense. I think it's going to be a lot of pressuring on the quarterbacks. I'm not going to necessarily say sacks because Brady's good for getting the ball out. Uh, in a couple of 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
He has a very quick draw, so I don't know how quick we'll be able to get to him, but I definitely think that it's going to be a defensive game. D lines are going to control the games.
Yeah, because Goodwin may not play either, even though they have Julio Jones on one side. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see the game plan that the Bucks come out with as well.
Yeah, they
So you
did
don't
say this
see.
Brooklyn was a. They don't know if he gonna play. He was supposed to try to be back for the game, but they didn't know if he was gonna make it play or not.
It's gonna be like I said. It's going. If I was to bet this game, I'll bet the under. It will not be like last year's high scoring game at all. It's gonna be a low scoring game.
Then we gotta remember we gotta make sure that our kicker can make the kicks. Because I mean that's the difference in the game last year was the kicker.
Hopefully Brett can do something. Hopefully, I have my fingers crossed for Brett. I really do. Because if he messes up the first game, oh my God,
They gonna run him
that
out of Dallas.
and we have to be more disciplined with the penalties. I mean, yeah. Before you got on, Nikki, I said the Cowboys need to, show some physicality. Maybe take a penalty the first play of the game and just to rough up somebody. But after that, we have to be disciplined with our penalties. We have
Yeah,
to
we
be.
definitely gotta. We definitely can't have all those penalties. We can't.
We cannot. No, we cannot have a repeat of the 49er game at all. We cannot. Yeah, Buccaneers, they have some big wide receivers. They
Yeah, they
do.
got yeah,
Yeah,
and
they
you know,
got they got big receivers.
and quietly, Julio's been quiet. There hadn't been a lot of talk about him
Right.
over there. So yeah, we definitely gotta, you know, I I don't put anything past Brady and his intelligence and how he's gonna run that offense. It's just gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a hype game. It's the last game of the night on the first Sunday of football, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait. So
Well, that's right. Sunday night football. Everybody else then played already. Everybody's home. Eating dinner, relaxing. Come home and watch the Cowboys against the Buccaneers. We gonna see somebody. Listen, somebody
Everybody
has
gonna
to
be
make a big
watching.
play.
They're gonna always be watching, ready for us.
Win or
Jerry knew what he
lose.
was doing. Jerry knew exactly what he was doing.
Hmm.
It just it just surprised me. No matter what our record is, we're always on that prime time game on Sunday.
Yep.
That's right. For everybody to watch is either you hate us or you love us.
Because
That's just how it
we
is.
the crowd. We draw the crowd. We made the TV watch that record. That Thursday night game last year, opening night, was the most watched NFL game in the opening of a night of a game of an NFL. That's gonna be now Sunday night. We probably gonna double that because all the games are being played.
Yep.
It's gonna be a lot of hype too, boy. It's gonna be a lot of hype. Dat versus Brady, Parsons
Yeah. Hmm.
versus Brady. So it's gonna be a lot of hype. It's gonna be a lot of hype.
And the
Everybody want to
main
see
thing they
Diggs.
showing is
So
the main thing they showing and saying is when Dak told, of course that was during the playoffs, but when he told Brady he'll see him again.
yeah, that's it. Yep. I want to see Diggs get busy too. Diggs gonna have to get busy the first game. Don't be susceptible to the double moves.
Right,
Just use your technique. Do what you did last year.
right.
I'm not gonna talk about the other side right now. I'm not gonna talk about the other side right now because you know who has to be on the other side with Julio Jones.
Mm,
We we
I ain't
we gonna
saying
have to talk
nothing.
about it sooner or later. He gonna be on there with Julio Jones, so get
I
ready.
ain't saying nothing. All I
What
know
else?
is all I know is that's who they gonna target.
Well,
I
like I
don't
said,
know.
yeah, it's so we got Diggs who is a good cornerback, but he's subject to them double
Double
moves.
moves. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Got Anthony Brown who at times is a very good corner, and at times he doesn't turn his head. You got Jordan Lewis who doesn't, who's hurting right now.
Hold on to the shirt.
Yeah,
He grabbed. That's Mr. Grabby right there on third down. We're gonna call him Mr. Grabby.
yeah. So, um, it is. I- like I said, it's going to be up to this is going to be a defensive game. I'm still like I said earlier, I'm really suspect. The offensive line is suspect to me. Um, and I got to see which receivers going to step up. Are we going to
So
try to run the
turn.
ball?
Mm,
It's just going to be very interesting to see what kind of game plan we had.
turn Parsons loose. Just turn him loose. Just turn him loose. Turn the lion loose. You're gonna have to turn him loose. No matter what it is, you're gonna have to turn him loose. Don't even put him in coverage. Hopefully, Anthony Barr, he's in enough shape, and you know he can just stay back there and just cover the flat and whatever you, and just let Michael Parsons just rush the passer.
Let him
Let him
roam.
go. Let him go. We don't need him in coverage right now. We're gonna need him to rush the passer, put some pressure on Brady, because Brady gonna get rid of that ball like 1-2.
Hmm.
1-2. As soon as you hike it, he's looking around,
Hmm.
get rid of the ball. So you're gonna have to put some pressure on him. Basically, cover your gaps. Let's see what happens.
Yep. All right, give me just a moment, guys. I got to take care of something real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. So you working too, Nick?
Yeah,
I feel
late
I left out.
working.
I
No,
feel left
don't
out.
feel left out. I had to 'cause I had to stop and run an errand, so it made me have to come back and finish. But
Okay,
it's all
cool.
good. I'll be done in a minute.
Okay. Let me address this real quick. The Cowboys need a ball control game. Run with short passes. I mean, that'd be good too, but don't forget last year we couldn't even run the ball versus Tampa Bay. And we had a decent line last year. We had a very decent line last year, and we couldn't even run the ball against Tampa Bay last year. So this is where Kellen Moore is going to have to come up with some creative plays, some off tackle plays, some draw plays, thinking outside the box to control this game. Because if Tampa Bay gets up, let's say 14-6, that's not going to put us in a great position to come back at all. So we have to actually try to control the clock by doing different things. We have to. But last year we couldn't run the ball against Tampa Bay. That's why that game was so high scoring, because we couldn't run the ball. Every time Zeke got the ball, he was pounded in the backfield or 1 yard after the line of scrimmage. So we have to do something different. Hopefully Pollard, we can do some in the rounds with Pollard and Turbin and, and take our shots down the field with CeeDee Lamb on occasion. That's why we have to be able to control that line of scrimmage. If we can't control the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a long night for us. We have to control the line of scrimmage. I mean, that ball control would be great, but if we can't control the line of scrimmage, we can't control the game at all. We won't be able to. Defense is going to be on the field too long. They're going to get tired, which means Tampa Bay is going to have the ball. They're going to score a lot of points, and that's not going to look good for us. So let's see. That's why I'm interested in see basically how we come out, the physicality that we bring to the game. Because everybody still has the 49ers in their mind. And what happened? They were so physical. So let's see what happens. I can't wait. I'm just real calm about it. I'm not nervous. I'm not excited. On the outside. And the inside, I'm excited. But on the outside, I'm calm. We're gonna see. We're gonna see, because there's no need to get overly excited. To me, it's the first game of the year. It's the first game of the year, 1-17. So you can still lose the first game, still win the division, make noise in the playoffs, and go to the Super Bowl. I mean, every team's gonna say the same thing if they lose the first game. It's only one game, so let's see. Let's see. Because I remember a couple times Cowboys got blown out the first game, wound up going to Super Bowl, winning, having deep playoff runs. So let's see what happens the first game. But ball control is going to be really essential if we can control the line of scrimmage offensively. If we can't, it's going to be a long day for the Cowboys. It's going to be a long day, and they're going to have that camera right in that press box looking at Jerry Jones's face. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. So let's see. Let's see.
Yep.
So what's
You're absolutely right.
Yep. So what's your now that the roster's been set, and I guess we can say who we know the starters are going to be. What's your realistic expectations of these first couple of games?
We should go 2-1 at least. We should go 2-1 in the first 3 games. Looking at the schedule, we should go 2-1. First 3 games. That's what I'm saying, and I'm sticking to it.
That's what I said. I said 2-1. I said 2-1
right
too.
2-1.
I definitely think that Tampa Bay is hurting, so we have a chance to beat them. I think Cincinnati is overhyped. I think that we have a chance to beat them, but it wouldn't be surprising if we lost one of those 2 games. And third game was against who again?
The Giants on Monday Night Football.
That one generally scares me because the Giants always play us tough. No matter how bad they are. I can't remember the last time we've blown out the Giants.
And when last year we blowed them out last year in Dallas.
Yeah, but this was on the road.
Beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, pretty much what I'm saying, on the road. Because we only beat them by 3 points last year.
On the road
game. No, we beat them. It was more of a defensive struggle, and then the second half we beat them. But the Giants are playing at home. Monday night. They're supposed to be retiring somebody's jersey. I can't remember who. But it's a hype game. It's a lot of Cowboy fans in Jersey. Half that stadium is going to be Cowboy fans. There are more Cowboy fans in New Jersey than people think. It's going to be maybe 60-40 at that game. So I'm looking forward to it. But the first 3 games are really important, though. That could set the tone. for the season. I don't know. We could trade maybe for a tackle down the line or wide receiver if we're not scoring enough points to protecting the quarterback. So the first 3 games are really important. That's why I said 2-1. We have to go 2-1. No 1-2, no 0-3. 0-3. Oh my God, they're gonna call for Mike McCarthy's head if we go 0-3.
Well, that would be a. I mean, I don't want to go 1-3, so I'm not even going to make my next statement.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not, because we have the Commanders after that, then the Eagles 2 weeks later, and then the Rams before the Eagles.
Yeah,
So
well,
that's what I'm saying. The first 3 games, we gotta bring it.
definitely that. Yeah, it's like I said, I don't want to go down 0-3. Um, but let's just say hypothetically we struggle the first half of the season. Does I think we already talked about this. Jerry's not going to do anything. Mike McCarthy's going to be there the whole year, so
Jerry
Yeah,
might trade for
Jerry,
somebody.
Generally don't fire in the middle of a season. Very rare.
He did it to Wade Phillips because that night we
I
got
mean,
blown
I
out
was
against
about to
Green
say
Bay.
he did
We
it to
were
Wade
lost.
though.
Oh
But
my
that
God.
was a sabotage by Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett made sure for that. That was a sabotage by Jason Garrett.
Mm, I know, but man, that was bad. That game was really bad. And that was on Sunday night. That was on a Sunday night game, and my inbox was flooded that night. Oh my God. Uh, Frederick. Nah, I don't even want Prescott to run that much, to be honest with you. I don't want him to run that much. Run when you have to. Just run when you have to. We shouldn't make a big deal because we have Pollard and we have Zeke. He doesn't need to run that much, if you ask me. He doesn't. He doesn't need to run that much. If you think you're feeling pressure, buy some time. If you see an alley, then take it. Other than that, I don't think we should be actually running him as much, to be honest with you, right now.
we might need to move that pocket.
They got to do
Some
something.
rollout passes and things like that. Um, like I said, with the problems that
I,
we had last year, unless they made some significant improvement, I feel like Dak's gonna have to run.
right. And I think we play our best game when Dak is running. When they got things lined up for him to run. I think we play our best game up tempo. I think that's when we play the best football. Dak does well on rollouts. That's when he plays some of his best football. So it's just a lot of things that they're gonna need to implement in this game, even for any team that we play against to take us serious. We can't come out with the same old boring run, run, pass, pass, run, run. You need 10 yards and you're only picking up 3 yards. You know, we got to do what it takes. And that all comes with not only the players playing, doing their job, but it also comes with coaching.
Kellen Moore's going to have to come out the bag with something. He's going to have to. Be creative. Be more creative. At least Jason Garrett tried to be creative. Kellen Moore's going to have to think outside the box and get creative here.
Yes.
Because that line of scrimmage is going to be really crucial. We cannot control the line of scrimmage offensively. It's going to be a long night.
Gonna be alone.
Brown. Oh, man. Noah Brown's going to be starting wide out on the other side to start the season until Gallup is 100%? Or we going by committee? That's a great question.
Well, they had him as a starter. They had him and CD and Jesus. What's the kid we just got starting in the slot?
Oh, you're not Turban. Oh, I know you're talking about. I had this. Oh my God, I've been so focused on Simi Fahoku. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they had Noah starting, but you never know. We won't know until game day. We won't know until game day if they come out in the 11 personnel, or 12 personnel. We never know. So um, they right now, but the lineup that I saw had Noah Brown starting.
I did too, and hopefully they flip flop. Hopefully they can flip flop. I want to see Simi get on the field. He's a better version to me than Miles Austin. I want to see him get on the field. When's the last time Dad had a wide receiver that is 6'4", 220 pounds? Has he ever? So that's why I want to see him going on the field. He has a larger catch radius than anybody else that we've ever had that plays with that. So because he has a catch radius that's greater than anybody else, I want to see him on the field more. Plus, he's fast. And he can catch the deep ball, and he can block. So I want to see Fahoku. I want to see Simi.
So we had a couple. I'm not gonna say questions, but we had a couple topics in here. Who will be this year's breakout stars on offense and defense?
I just named one of them. Simi Fahoku for me. Like I stated, he's Miles Austin with hands. He's 6'4", 220 pounds, has a great catch radius. Somebody that can utilize in tight situations and on goal line situations. We haven't had somebody like that who can really maybe go up and get the ball since we had Dez. So to me, I'm looking forward to Simi breaking out this year.
So we have Fowler as I guess as an answer. I I think Pollard is gonna have a breakout year. I think if they use him in the slot more, um, on top of running, I think that this is a contract year for him basically. So we're gonna let's see how he does. I agree with Brian Jordan here. Gallimore on defense. I think that our D tackles are going to I think that they're going to be coached up. So I think they're going to make a bigger impact than what they have.
I'm gonna tell you mine on defense. Malik Hooker. If Malik Hooker can solidify the free safety position, do you know how much of an emphasis that now the D line can go and just rush the passer quickly because we have a free safety in the back? Malik Hooker, man, if Malik Hooker can do his thing, we're gonna lead the league in sacks. People have to understand the back end works with the front end works with the back end. And there are times last year when Malik Hooker wasn't in the game that basically the last line of defense suffered. I'm telling you, if Malik Hooker can get back to that form he had when he was a rookie and when he was a senior at basically Ohio State, I'm telling you, man, he's gonna lock it down. I'm picking Malik Hooker right now.
Daryl said he's talking about Noah Brown, not Anthony Brown. Well, yeah, we know who you're talking about.
Yeah, we know we know Noah Brown. Noah Brown from Ohio State. We know, but the
Yeah,
thing with Noah Brown to me is he quick off the ball. What's gonna happen when they jam him on the line of scrimmage? What type of moves does he have to get away from the first initial contact? That's the only thing with Noah Brown that when he does play, I see he struggles with that. Because Tampa Bay is gonna come out and be real physical with the Cowboys too. They're gonna be real physical at the line of scrimmage. They're not gonna play 5 yards back. They're gonna be right here. So it's gonna be a physical game. So Noah Brown's gonna have to show me something. He's gonna show me his juke moves off the line of scrimmage or something. His swim moves, something. He gonna have to show me something. You're gonna have to.
I'm interested to see what the kid from Ole Miss will do. What's his name? Sam Smith?
Sam Williams.
Sam Williams. Where I get Smith from? Sam Williams. I'm interested to see what he does. Um, I've been impressed with some of the highlights I've seen of him, but how is he going to be in real game situations?
Hopefully he gets to play a lot though, because you got Fowler, you got Law, you got all these other cats out there on the D line. So let's see. Hopefully he can play.
Well, they generally rotate the D lines. D lines are rotate pretty frequently. That's why if you ever look on the roster, you actually have more D linemen on a roster than you have almost anybody, um, because they rotate them in so much. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, because don't forget you're gonna have Parsons rushing the passer as well. So let's see. Hopefully they have him and Parsons on this field at the same time. So let's see. Let's see. But my breakout star is definitely Malik Hooker. Come on, Malik. Don't let me down, bro. Don't let me down, Malik. 'Cause I know you're gonna have to play. 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 'Cause I know you're gonna have to play
So we have another talk. Do you think that Zeke will return to form with his man purse carrying self?
Listen, leave Zeke alone because I have a man bag. It's not a man purse. It's a man
Don't
bag.
don't don't do Z. Don't do Z.
I
I done
have
had a
I
whole
have a
argument with people
man
today.
bag. I have a man bag. He just was wearing it a little funky. That's it. But
So do you wear it
hopefully,
strapped over your?
nah. It goes from the back. It goes to the
Don't do
back,
Z.
man. It goes to the
I'm
back.
just asking a question.
I have two actually. It's called a
He got
satchel
$1 million in
actually.
there. He got $1 million in that mug. I know that.
Okay. Well, hey, it is
Hey,
what it is.
as long as his knees work, his feet work, and his legs work, I don't give a
It's it's
damn what he
it,
carry. Just
it's
show up on the field.
it still wasn't a good look though.
Yo, as long as he could
It
block,
wasn't.
as long as he could block on third down, we good.
Thank you,
When I
Nikki.
first, I said, "Oh my god." I said, "Oh my god." I said, "We about to be roasted." Oh my god.
But why? But everybody has him here in New
Then
York,
I was
in New
like,
Jersey, though.
"Well," I said,
Let him
"LeBron
in
got
have him.
one.
But it
Dwayne
depends on
Wade
how
got
you
one.
rock it.
No, it
He
depends
wasn't
on how."
fashionably
Don't don't
correct with his
don't
though.
don't
That's
don't
what it
don't
was.
put don't put Dwayne Wade in this category because something ain't right about that whole
Listen,
situation.
we're not talking about that right now. We ain't gonna talk about Dwayne right now. We ain't gonna talk about Dwayne.
Daryl said
That
that
wasn't
was
a
a
straight up pocketbook, man.
Ain't no
That was
damn
a
fight.
that ain't no pocketbook.
I'm not playing with y'all.
He just was wearing it wrong. He wasn't rocking it right. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't rocking it right. He
He
just
did
wasn't
have
rocking
it
it
up
right.
on his hips and shit though. Like we be having our purses.
Y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me with that. Y'all are killing me with
He
that.
did have it
Oh
on his hip.
man.
I was
I'm
like,
just
damn, Z, you could have had the strap a little longer, dog.
something. All right, so
Oh
Daryl says is
man.
Cox going to live up to the hype this year? Um, in my opinion, if he gets the opportunities, I think that we'll be in more. You got to remember, you got Barr, and you got Barr, Van Der Esch, and Parsons. So you know Cox, it just depends on his opportunities, how much playing time he gets. You know,
And I don't think they're gonna overload him, being that this his first game back, and actually his gonna be his first real NFL, well, besides when he played in the preseason, but like a real game, you know. I think this gonna be his first game, so I don't think they're gonna overload him. I think they're gonna ease him in, use him wisely. But I want to see him out there.
oh, I definitely too. I want to see the youngsters out there. It's baptism by fire, but I definitely want to see the youngsters out there. Um, because we're gonna need them as down the line of the season. Injuries. Uh, I forgot when the bye was, but uh, we're definitely gonna need them.
Hey, Cox gonna play on special teams a lot right now. We're gonna need him on special teams. That's a very important part of, us winning too, is special teams. So he may not get on the field and play in those nickel packages just yet because of Anthony Barr's here, but we're gonna need him on special teams as well.
Right.
And that's the thing about Barr. Barr is very, very good in reading and in coverages. He's very good in reading coverages um, on the field. So will these guys get a chance to get on the field? You know, um, I like where our defense is at. I like the incorporation of all the young guys in there. We have some veterans. We have some veterans. There's nobody really in the middle, and then there's youngsters.
Yeah.
So these youngsters are gonna get some baptism by fire. You know.
Hey, Van Der Esch he might play at an all-star level. Who knows? We never know because this is contract year as well. So you
Yeah,
never know. Maybe he can go back to form like he was when he was a rookie. Who knows?
and they didn't
That's
pick
what
up
I'm
his.
hoping.
Yeah, they didn't pick up his 5th year option either.
So
Am
it's
I
gonna be
correct?
interesting. Yeah, they signed him to a 1-year deal, but that was it. But still, if Van Der Esch comes back and plays at a high level, him and Parsons and Barr, I don't see Cox playing that much. To be honest with you, I don't see it. Maybe for a breather here and there, but if they come back and play at a high all-star level, how's Cox going to get on the field?
Yeah. So I saw Michael Parsons was out there doing some running some drills today. He's doing some one on ones. How long do you think? How long they said he's on the active roster. They don't expect him to play the first what was a week or two. All right, Daryl says I'm still saying Bell gonna be the diamond in the rough. We lucked up and got. He ain't scared to come up in that box and make plays. He finds the ball. I'm rooting for him since day one. Yeah, you know we had a pretty good competition at the safety spots, especially the strong safety. So it's gonna be interesting to see how these youngsters are in the rotation
Now, I
because
like Bell. I like Bell, but Israel is nice too. Don't forget, Israel played cornerback, outside cornerback, slot cornerback, free safety, and strong safety at the University of South Carolina. So the reason why he went late in the draft because nobody knew where to play him. But that he brings actually some flexibility to our secondary. So even though I like Bell, but Israel, Israel is that dude as well. I'm so glad that we finally deep at the safety position though. It's about time though. It's about time.
yeah, that position had been neglected for years.
It's about time. We got some youngsters back there who's hungry, who play ball. So let's go.
Yep, that safety position has been neglected for years. And what was the last good safety we had? Was the
Darren
ball?
Woodson,
No, we had
Roy
one.
Williams.
Roy Williams. You know,
Man, that's bad. We got to go back that far.
yeah,
That's really bad.
we may have
No
our
fly
own
zone.
way to a no fly zone. Like I said,
How? With Anthony Brown over there. How?
you weren't supposed to mention his name.
Listen, I wasn't, but I had to because one, if we could put him in the slot and put one of them young rookies out or second year players out there on that island, that may be the best thing we could do a cornerback against Tampa Bay. If you write things down on paper and you look at it, look at the height on both sides between Evans and Jones, it's like, damn, what we gonna do? Because Diggs took away Evans last year. He took him away, right? So it was Anthony Brown they picked on last year in that Tampa Bay game. AB took him apart. AB took him apart last year. So let's see what happens. I remember that. I was like, damn, you got to give up another catch to AB? AB on AB, you know who lost.
Yeah. So for the game coming up, I was reading this article on one of the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys page, and they were saying the big picture for the Buccaneers and Cowboys. For the Buccaneers, the big thing is Tom Brady, getting the ball off quick. Todd Bowles being a defensive coordinator, and he's a hell of a defensive coordinator. So his impact on the team. Obviously, the offensive line of the Buccaneers, they lost their center, um, and what a guard, a center and a
They lost
starting guard.
two guards, I believe, in the center.
Yep. And then he said that Tom Brady doesn't have his safety blanket, which was Gronk from last year, but he still had. And then Chris Godwin was coming back from an ACL surgery, but then you still got Julio Jones, Mike Evans, and Russell Gage. So they're deep at the receivers. It's just all in that scenario, it's all depending on whether Julio Jones can stay healthy or not. And then for the Buccaneers again, you know Brady is 6-0 against us. So
Six
can
and
we
zero.
break this spell? For the Cowboys, one of the keys of games, obviously, with the number one is that a rookie left tackle. with Tyler Smith being on man in that Dak's backside. The receiving core: Noah Brown, uh, Fahoko, and Tolbert. That's what we was talking about. Tolbert, along with um, CD, and that's a I'm not gonna say it's an inexperienced wide receiver core, but it's we got to see how they're gonna produce. Obviously, our it said there's not too many questions on the defensive side of the ball, but can they produce? Can the defense produce to the same high quality that they did last season? And then the kicking game. How many games did we lose last year because of the kicking game? You know, is there going to be
Mm.
um, is the kicking game going to settle down? So, and then it said, what will we see from Dak? You know, is Dak is he's going on year 7? Is Dak going to be able to take that next level? Take his game to the next level to be able to take the Cowboys to the next level.
Hopefully, that's why they're paying them the big bucks, and that's why a lot of emphasis is going to be on that this year. I understand what happened in the offseason or what didn't happen in the offseason. So Jerry Jones is banking on Dak Prescott and the defense to carry the team this year.
Well, I definitely hope that Dak is ready.
Hey, the first 8 games of the year, yeah, we top heavy. We are very top heavy. So we're gonna have some challenges, some obstacles along the way. So let's see how we do.
What you down there doing, Nikki?
Oh, answering the people that y'all for the comments y'all don't see.
Oh, okay.
Mm, yeah. Hey, I know everybody's interested in the game, but if we can't control the line of scrimmage, offensively and defensively, we're gonna have an issue. If we cannot control the line of scrimmage, we're gonna have an issue. I'm not too worried about the defense. I'm more worried about the offense. It's the offense that I'm worried about more than the defense. And when's the last time we can honestly say we're not worried about the defense right now? We're more worried about the offense.
But that's been the Cowboys' problem for a long time. We 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 can't get all three aspects of the game, up to par at the same time. We'll have a hell of a defense, and the offense, is we'll have a hell of a offense, and the defense is and then when we do have them both, we always seem to find it. I hate to use Stephen A. Smith's quotes, but you know,
What, we're accident waiting to happen?
accident waiting to happen. You know, just a couple of times where I go back to 2016. You know, when we played the Packers, third third and long, we had just blitzed Rodgers on the second and long and sacked him. So third and long, I'm like, yeah, okay, he's hobbled. Let's blitz him again, get him off his feet, make him throw the ball quick, and we should be able to win this game. Nope. We rush 4. We give Aaron Rodgers 6, 7 seconds for him to find the tight end on a
I
long
know.
out route for a first down.
Cook. Oh my God. I still have that
Yeah,
play in my head.
yeah.
I
You
couldn't
know,
believe it.
before that, you go back to the Dez didn't catch it game. And we definitely can't blame it on the Dez didn't catch it. You definitely have to blame it on DeMarco Murray fumbling the
Murray.
ball.
Ooh,
You
I
know,
know.
you know,
Mm,
those were two solid teams, and
Dez caught it.
of course,
But that play wouldn't have been needed if Murray wouldn't have fumbled that little Peppers knocked that ball out and Murray fumbled.
I know.
yeah,
I
But he
ain't
broke his
liked
thumb
his
though. He
ass
couldn't hold it.
since.
I know, but it wasn't. He was playing with a broken thumb. So I
Well, he
mean,
should have
what
sat
can
his
we do?
ass down.
He's a competitor, so he wanted to be there. We had a good team that year too. We had
Could
a
have
good
sat
team.
his ass down somewhere.
You know, and even with the ball, he should have had two hands on the ball.
On two hands on the ball, or he should have had the ball in the other hand without the broken finger. Simple as that.
Yep. Then we
Then his ass wanted to go run over there to Philly and
had the
get a
Romo
negative 2 yards.
had the Romo fumble on against Seattle. You
Oh
Yeah.
know,
Lord.
so we've I don't want to give
We
Stephen A
beat
credit for
ourselves.
yeah.
We'll beat ourselves in a
Don't
lot of
forget
games.
about 2007 when we lost to the Giants at home. How many opportunities did we have to win that game and we blew it?
Yep. It was a
Oh
whole lot on that
Lord.
game.
We
Patrick
had
Crayton,
13 Pro Bowlers that year.
Miles
13.
Austin,
How did we lose to the Giants?
because they all went to Mexico.
2007. How? No, Flozell Adams with that stupid ass
Penalty.
shot to the head for straight hand, 15-yard penalty. And then Creighton on a
Crayton
slant
dropped the.
pass, wide open,
hmm
and dropped it. He had
And
nothing
Miles
but goal
Austin's too.
line. I was like, are y'all serious right now? So, oh Lord.
Miles Austin say the ball got caught up in the lights.
Lights my ass.
You know, it
Yeah.
true, but I will say this. You know, I think that we have a beautiful stadium. I think that still, even though it's a few years older than some of these new ones, I still think it's one of the best stadiums in the NFL. But how it's situated with the lighting, you know, that the sun, just when the sun rises, it comes through one window and it sets through the other window. So, you know, I think the design they should have designed. I know in Indianapolis, they have the stadium sitting going from north to south so that the sun goes over the stadium versus going through the stadium when it sets. But I'm not I'm not an
You know that's
architect.
Jerry. That's Jerry Jones. The light shining down on the Cowboys. You know what that? Why not just put it the shades up, man? Stop with the nonsense already, because you hurt both teams more. I'd rather have it be fair on the field, no sunlight, no nothing. Just win the damn game.
We wasn't too long, but we wasn't too long had to open that stadium too. When it happened with the Giants, because you
Yeah,
remember Eli went in our locker room and wrote on our damn walls.
Oh Lord,
yeah, they
the
beat us in that
Giants.
very first game there, right?
Yeah, they did, and ooh
Mhm.
wee,
Mhm.
man, that was painful too.
There,
That was painful. I had to go to the
there's
barbershop the next day.
Daryl said just tint the damn windows
He's right though. He's right. Why?
or
Why not just
something.
fix it? Do something, especially the day games. We play a lot of games at 4:30. We play a lot of games on 4:30. Just do something with the windows, Jerry. We asking you. Come on. You affect both teams.
Time about to swing back, so it ain't gonna be as bad.
But still, though, it's still an unfair advantage for one team over the other. It's not. We're not playing baseball outside. We're playing football indoors, for crying out loud.
Hmm.
Right. Right.
Yeah, there's another game. That was a Thanksgiving game with that, wasn't it? The Dolphin game
Yeah.
with Leon Lett.
But we
Mhm.
went on to win the Super Bowl that year, though.
Yeah, with with
We did.
but still, that play right there is infamous.
Yeah, it was on a block kick too. It was on a block kick. It was snowy in Dallas. When I turned the TV on, I'm like, damn, it snowed in Dallas? I was like, damn. That was just one of them wacky games. The Leon Lett game. Hey, it is what it is, man. We're Cowboys. You love us, you hate us. We're gonna have some ups and downs, some potholes, some challenges, some unfortunate plays, just like the
But
what
we've been
was it,
having
Joe
a lot.
Montana play? The Joe Montana play. Oh my God, when he was throwing the ball away, that hurt us. So I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens. It is what it is.
Oh
Wow, that
wow.
Leon.
We've been having way too damn many.
Hey,
So
it's
what
the
did you bet?
Cowboys.
Yeah, what did you bet on that King?
It was
Because
probably it was probably the what do they call the boxes? He probably lost money on the box. A lot of people lost money on the box.
Windows in the
$500, boy,
stadium,
cost
Sean.
him.
That's an excuse, and excuses are tools of the incompetent moments of nothingness and bridges to nowhere. Well, Kelly, that is true, but the design of the stadium, like the big jumbotrons, the big jumbotrons, I think that those are, fascinating. But how many times has a punter hit it, hit the big jumbo, hit the big screens up there? I know I've been into a game. I went to a Cincinnati game years ago. Um, the one where Zeke busted in 2016 when Zeke busted out that long run at the beginning of the second half, and I was sitting on the side of the other side of the stadium where the sun was coming in, and it was just like a big halo of light coming in. It was distracting to me, So right, and they lifted the jumbotron up, and they still punters are still hitting it. So yeah, I can get with that. King, I was on the board. Yeah, I lost some money a couple years ago off of that. I
Mm.
forgot what Super Bowl it was. Um, the uh, San Francisco Ravens board. I lost some money off of that off of something that was stupid. So I said, I don't care what y'all say about Nikki. She 100% me. She came through like she said she would. Thanks. Okay. All right, Nikki.
I don't like that first part there. That mean y'all been talking about me. It's like, I don't care what y'all say about that's that messy shit. That's how we start our conversations. I don't care.
Lord
No,
have
I don't care
mercy.
what they said about you, but we cool. Not just play.
Oh my God,
Nah,
y'all funny.
you welcome. You welcome there. I got y'all. I don't mind.
What's up, Victor Baker, the comedian? I checked your page out the other day, man. Yep. Yep. Uh, so what's up with you?
It's good.
Hey, he be yeah, he always on there clowning.
I have to check it out.
Lord knows we gonna need a lot of laughter if this season don't turn out right. I'm already looking at the calendar for my days. I'm gonna be calling in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, that's why I said keep an eye on Metcalf from Seattle because he's gonna be complaining about not getting the ball. So I'm
But he
just
just signed a
saying
contract though.
it don't matter. He's gonna be upset because he's not getting the ball enough. You can watch what I tell you. Him and Lockett both of them are gonna start complaining about not getting the ball and they're gonna start losing. Then watch what Jerry Jones is gonna wind up doing. Just watch because we have $20 million on the cap. You have to do something. I don't care if he has to pay Lamb as well, but he don't have to do something. You have to do something
Well, he gonna
between.
wait and see how this pan out first before and think about bringing in another receiver.
Because you figure 6 weeks in, we have played the Rams and the Eagles. That Eagle game gonna be tough.
I'm not too much worried about the Eagles because I don't feel like that. Um, Jalen Hurts is. I don't think he's gonna be that man. You know, I'm to the point where the Eagles have tried this before, build this super team, and it didn't work out. It takes a lot of I don't know. I just don't. Jalen Hurts has just not proven to me that he's going to be able to to get the ball to his receivers. And then lastly, if the quarterback leads the team in rushing, then like you said, the receivers going to get frustrated.
We're gonna see. Because we play in Philly, so everybody's gonna be hyped for that game. So it's gonna be a tough game. Philly's gonna come out with all the emotion in the world, so we have to match the emotion. We're gonna have to match the emotion.
Ask y'all this question about these rankings real quick. Um, Quarterbacks rather. So they have Tom Brady as number one. Agree or not agree?
He to go.
No, Yeah, I mean that. I think they placed him as number one based off of reputation.
and
I
Super
don't.
Bowls.
Yeah, I don't believe he's the number one quarterback in the NFL right now. I think I still have to go with Aaron Rodgers because the last couple of years he's just proved that he's still that quarterback. Um, I tell you
Mm.
somebody that I would watch out for is Justin Herbert.
Okay, so let me get. So number two, we got Aaron Rodgers.
Okay,
Number three, Josh Allen.
okay,
Um,
What's Patrick?
hold on. Number four, Justin. Number five, Mahomes.
They're killing me.
Six, Burrow. Seven, Lamar. Eight, Stanford. Nine, Dak. 10, Murray. That's how that's what they have for your as of today as your top 10 quarterbacks in this league.
Whose rankings is that? Who came
yeah.
up with that list?
Mm, 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 mm. CBS and Mark Sessler.
Because
Oh, you gotta
I
love
saw
Mark.
one today too that had
Dak at 7.
no had Dak at 10. Um, Dak was at 10, but they had Burrow like about 5 or 6. Um, yeah. Let's see here.
Here we go with that
Who made
damn
that
Romo
crappy
shit
list?
again.
Yeah,
You going with
I
that
would say
Romo shit
Allen
again?
won.
Mm-hmm.
Allen, really? What happened to Mahomes? Yo,
You know,
Mahomes to me should be in the top three at least.
well, yeah, if you're gonna if you're gonna base them and rank them fairly and accordingly, yes, he should be. But it all depends on what they're ranking it by, what they're going by. Us as watching the game like we do and is into the game when we do, we now all agree that Tom Brady would only be number one because of how many rings he have, because of his name. But as much as I don't like or I don't care for Aaron Rodgers because of his how arrogant he is or whatever, I would still probably put Aaron Rodgers first. Just
Even
be,
though he hasn't been successful in the playoffs, you still gonna put Aaron Rodgers first?
I don't think it. Well, I think maybe two seasons I could say it was on him why they didn't why they didn't make it. But you have to think about Aaron Rodgers. The last 2 years have had a team where he really didn't have but one receiver that he can count on, and that's Devontae Adams. Um, and that's it. I mean, and he had a good running back, as well. He had a good running back though. But he to me, Rodgers is that quarterback that can take a no name wide receiver and kind of make them big and make them have a name. That's why I said I'm interested in seeing how Devontae, even though I know Devontae is a good wide receiver, but I'm interested in seeing how well he's gonna play with Carr because he's not gonna be getting the ball from Rodgers no more. Rodgers and Carr is two different style quarterbacks.
Don't forget him and Carr's best friends though, off the
Right,
field,
they
and they
best
played at
friends and they played in high school
college
together,
together.
but we talking about NFL, total different. Years later playing together. Carden took hits. Carden, you know what I'm saying? His game ain't the same as it was back then, you know. And you're not playing against these high school players anymore. You're playing against NFL players. You're playing against these big boys. You playing against these boys that they done crossed a whole nother level of playing. So I'm anxious to see how it's gonna pan out for him in being a Raider. I understand he went one for money, he went two because it's home, three because he had the relationship that he had with Carr, and I get that. But Aaron Rodgers and Carr throwing the ball, that's two different quarterbacks that he gonna be getting
It's
the
two
ball from.
it's two different quarterbacks, but also the Raiders have more weapons than Green Bay, so he's not gonna get the ball as often, but he might win more. He might win more because they have more weapons on
That's what I'm
offense.
saying. We may see. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm anxious to see how this gonna pan out for him. with going over there. I mean, at least he knew in Green Bay he was gonna get the ball. So is he gonna act up? Because that seems to be the trend now. I don't get the
No, he's.
ball, I'ma act up, and I'm a
I
clown.
heard
I'm a
him.
act. I'm a act up.
Yeah, there was an interview on NFL Network during training camp, and he says that basically this is something that he wanted because the defensive coordinator is not going to know who's getting the ball. So now he says, listen, he likes having other weapons because the defense is not going to know who's getting the ball. And he trusts Carr as a quarterback. That's why
He
he said
said
all
it.
those nice things about Carr. He trusts Carr as a quarterback. And I believe him. Derek Carr is not a bad quarterback at all. And he does have some good weapons. Shit, he ate us up last year.
I didn't say he was a bad quarterback. All I said was him and Rodgers are not the same style quarterback. I still feel like Rodgers is still better than Carr.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
still
Rodgers is definitely better than
he's
Carr.
still
But
better than Carr. I'm not saying that Carr. I'm not saying that Carr is a bad quarterback. At all. I think he still is a good quality quarterback, but he not better than Rodgers. Um,
no,
you made me
no.
miss my train of thought. Tom. I hate that. You made me lose my train of thought. But I don't know. Mahomes. Nobody ever thought looking at Mahomes in college, you would have never thought he would have been what he has become in the NFL. So this season is going to be a lot of challenge for him as well because he had Hill. Let's see how he gonna maneuver on the field without Hill. It's always easy when you got that running back that you can throw the ball off to, and he gonna get you 10, 15 yards down the field. Yeah, you got your running back that can catch in the backfield, that can run. You know what I'm saying? It's always easier. So we're gonna see exactly how what he is without Hill. I'm not saying that KC don't have a good team and don't have weapons, but it's gonna be different for him without Hill. It's not gonna be the same. So we're gonna see.
Shit, he still got
What?
Kelsey though. He got Kelsey and some fast receivers still though.
Or will you
And
be
he
able
got
to get the
Yeah,
Juju
ball
there
to
as
them?
well.
and he still got
He
Andy
do.
Reid. Andy Reid
Yeah, he
is
do.
a hell of an offensive coach. You
Yeah,
know,
he is.
so you know, I don't know how you guys would rank it, but I wouldn't put Tom as number one. I would still put him in the top five,
Yeah,
and
I don't have him as number one either.
yeah, I would juggle. You could juggle around between Rogers, Mahomes, Allen, and Rogers, Mahomes, Allen. All I know is I just had a brain freeze again. Stafford to
I don't know
me,
why he's up
yeah,
there.
he wasn't a top 10 quarterback to me. He struggled half the season. There was at one point where they was really questioning. He went
If
through
they
one
made
point
the
where
right
yeah, they
decision,
made the right decision. His defense, the
bailed him
defense on
out.
his team bailed him out. So I
And
don't,
Odell Beckham bailed him out too. Odell Beckham bailed him out. And
I
people don't
think
say that.
right. I
yeah,
think Stafford is there because of him winning the Super Bowl last year.
obviously winning the Super Bowl.
So that's obviously why he's there. When you win Super Bowls, you're obviously gonna be ranked differently than
Yeah,
other quarterbacks. They're not gonna rank you. They're not gonna look at you as per se just what your talent is. They're not. Justin Aber, I think he deserves to be in one of those spots. He can ball. We saw that time and time again. He wasn't the reason they didn't go to the playoffs. It was his coach the reason why they didn't go to the playoffs. You know, that young man balled. Um, Even Josh Allen, I think last season was the best season that I seen Josh Allen play football. Like that game against Kansas City had made me have found another respect for him. The way he balled in that game. Sean, I know you ain't up here falling asleep on the
mm, I'm not. I'm looking at you. It's just you
Oh
just
my God. What are
shadow of my
y'all talking
eyes.
about?
nah,
The shadow of my
nah,
eyes. The shadow of my hat. The brim of my hat is on my eyes.
So let me ask you a
nah,
No,
question. Where
bruh.
did Deshaun Watson fall on those lists? Where did Deshaun Watson fall on those lists?
He would
he
not.
he
He
he.
he wasn't on any
He
of the
wasn't?
list.
Okay.
No, Deshaun Watson. He hasn't played in the NFL in
2
over two
years.
years. So in
He,
my opinion, he is in the bottom third right now. He has to prove himself to me.
that's Liggins' boy.
Based
Um,
on his arm talent and what he did before he sat out a year and got suspended, y'all still gonna put him in the third of the league though? Based
I
on
didn't. I
I
just
said
I
the
put him
I
in the
said
third of the league.
I said
They
the
put him in
bottom
the
third
third.
right now.
I don't know. I still
How
put
he
him in the top 15 though.
how he looked at in preseason, he ain't looked too well.
I
You know.
mean, that's preseason though. I mean, a lot of people look bad in preseason,
So
man. It's preseason.
yeah, but just think about this too. He's not gonna be able to practice again until October. He's not gonna be able to play until almost December, no, November, the middle of November.
Yeah,
So
11 weeks in.
yeah, so what let's use him as an example. What if the Browns are that they'll play 10 games with a bye in there? Let's say the Browns are 6-3, and Deshaun comes back, off of suspension. Do you play him or do you keep the quarterback in? That's whoever the starting quarterback is.
It depends on why they're 6-3. If they're 6-3 because of the running game, I'm playing them. But if they're 6-3 because of their backup quarterback, then you sit them. So it depends because they
Yeah,
got a good running game. They got a very good running game.
yeah.
So it would depend. It would depend on why they're 6-3. In my
Like I said,
eyes,
I'm not saying that Deshaun Watson is not a good quarterback, but I just haven't seen him play in 2 years. So how can I rank him in the top 15 if I haven't seen him play in a couple years?
I don't think he's gonna fall off that bad because he hasn't played in 2 years. I don't think he's gonna fall off that bad. To me, I don't. It's just like being injured. You just being out with your knees, but above the waist, he's still the same. He has great arm. Yo, he was something else. He was something else before all this nonsense started to happen. He was something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, but the key word that you said was. We don't have an is right now. I'm just being honest.
I hear you. I feel you. I got you, Foxy. It's all good. I understand. I understand. I understand because you know what they're putting Jason Herbert up there and Burrows. I get it, but until they win in the playoffs, I mean, until Jason wins in the playoffs, they still gonna put him that high?
Well,
Think about that for a
I think
second.
with yeah, I look at the flavor, the next flavor of the month or whatever you want to call it. These young guns have come in the game, so you've had the Herberts and the Burrows and the Lamars and the Murrays. All these young guys that are coming in the league, and they're running pro style offenses. Well, let me take that back. The NFL is now adopting the college spread offensives. We didn't run a lot of spread years ago. So now the NFL has adopted those. So those guys are coming in already, familiar with the offenses that they've been in. So the reads are easier for them. And the league is now, we don't have the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, the nucleus of those older veteran quarterbacks like we used to. Now see young guns coming in. So what better way to hype them up than to put them to rank them high? Because I think that Burrow is a good quarterback. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he has the moxie to be a good quarterback. I think he has ice water in his veins. I think he's not scared to do anything. But his defense and running game carried him through the playoffs.
And his weapons. If
Yes.
you look at his offensive weapons are no joke. Just like Herbert's, they have great offensive weapons. And so when I look at these lists, I'm like, are they a product of the weapons or are they a product because they're a good quarterback? Which one is it? Or is it a mixture of both? Because they
Yeah.
both have dynamic wide receivers. I wish we had their wide receiving core. I tell you that right now.
Of
But
course. Just think if
what is it
Aaron
though?
just think if Aaron Donald wouldn't have sacked Burrow in the playoffs. He had his kid wide open, running down
Wide
that right
open.
side. So I'm not taking nothing away from these young guns as these quarterbacks, but during the regular season, those numbers are good. They're exciting. The NFL wants those numbers. They want the high scores and the
All
quarterbacks
right.
throwing for 400 yards and and so forth and so on. It's not exciting that this running back gets 100-yard games in anything like that anymore, like it used to be. However, once you get to the playoffs, you gotta have a good defense, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta have a good running game, and you gotta have a quarterback who cannot turn the ball over so much.
Mm.
And so for us to rank these young guys higher, I can't understand how you could rank a Justin Herbert higher than as high as he is just based off of talent because he didn't even take his team to the playoffs last year.
That sounds like some fantasy football rankings to me. If you ask me, it sounds like fantasy football more than anything else. Fantasy football has taken over the NFL. And some of these rankings have to do with fantasy as well.
Yep, and Daryl's said right. His Lawrence, in Jacksonville, yeah, Jacksonville. That franchise is just so uh, they'll. I think they have a good year one out of every 6 or 7 years. You know,
Jacksonville may surprise a couple of teams because they put a lot of weapons around Lawrence this year. They signed a lot of players and they drafted well. So we're gonna have to see. NTN is playing, so he's comfortable and familiar with him. So let's see what happens.
yeah, like I said, they did put and give him a few more weapons.
We gave him weapons. All a quarterback needs is weapons. That's why some of our fan base is upset at Jerry Jones because they didn't
Michael
put enough
Irvin say
weapons
he gonna
around
be the
Dak.
MVP.
Who's gonna be the
Michael
MVP?
Irvin, I love Michael. I love
He
Mike, but
say
whatever
Kurt
Mike is
gonna
on,
be
he
the.
need to
He
share it.
say Kurt gonna be a MVP.
Michael be Michael. Get him on the show, somebody, please.
I
Y'all know
love.
Mike. Y'all know Mike be on bullshit. He be hyping people up so he can dog them out, and then when they don't do it.
Michael is funny.
All
Michael
right,
is
so
funny.
parody,
Parody.
the king, the
Yes.
artist king. So
Yes.
yes, there is parody in the NFL. There's a lot of parody, um, and I think that the teams that are having success are the teams that aren't scared to stretch their salary cap.
Say it. Say it. Say it.
Something that we're
Say it.
scared to do.
They spend that money. They spend that guap. They spend
Yes.
that money, man. I
Um,
know the salary cap was instituted because they wanted parity, but there's some teams that do a great job basically stretching the cap out. They be real creative with the cap, and it's something that we don't want to do right now. It is what it is. They can
'Cause look
circumvent the
here.
system so fast, but we don't do it.
Yeah. Look at Tom Brady's first year in Tampa Bay. How they end up signing damn near that All Star team.
I know. I was like, damn,
The
why
the
we can't do that?
Rams, the Richard keeps Kansas City, now Buffalo. All these
New
teams like
Orleans.
yeah, right, New Orleans
Woof.
back in the day. All these teams now it's the Raiders. All these teams are just spending this money and getting all these players to come in, and it seems like we go, they go to you know, Macy's and in the premium malls, and we're going to Dollar General and Dollar Tree to shop. So I don't understand it, but I'm not a G. I'm a fan. I'm a fan who actually tries to analyze the game, and that's all I can do. Let's see
Yeah,
here. See
we
some of
need
these
to put the
comments
best
here.
product on the field at all times, man. And Jerry Jones didn't do a good job at it this offseason, unfortunately. If you ask me, he didn't.
Michael Parsons say we got to get Tom Brady out the league. Period. He saying that starts Sunday.
Tom Brady's halfway out anyway because he's having some
Yeah,
personal problems right now. So
yeah.
he's halfway on
Yeah.
the field, halfway out. So you don't got to worry about him after this year too much. But we need to
Yeah.
worry about what we need to do on the field. We got to take care of business.
Yeah, and
'Cause
don't
they
give Tom any motivation. That's
Exactly.
that's my thing. Don't give him no more motivation than what he needs.
Because Tom gonna try to set us on fire on Sunday night, bro. He gonna try to set us on
yeah light your
fire.
ass up.
You're right. That's one thing I playing football that I learned. You don't ever fire up a sleeping dog. I remember, and I think I've told this story on here once before. When I played semi-pro football, we had the number one team in the nation come to our house. and they hadn't lost a game in 3 years. Literally, they hadn't lost a regular season game, playoff game, or championship game in 3 years. So they decided, they came down to our field and they came down on this big old bus, but they didn't want to bring their whole team because they figured they were just going to, run over us. They walked through our warm up line. They got off the bus, and when they came through the stadium, they literally walked through our warm up line instead of walking around us. That was all the motivation that we needed, and we
Mm,
beat that ass. I'm sorry. We won 17-10.
that's all
17,
right.
17-14, I should say. 17
Tad
14.
Al. Tad Al.
So let's not
It's
give
all
Tom
good.
let's not give Tom Brady any more motivation than what he has.
I mean, hey, Tom Brady's who Tom Brady is, so he feeds on motivation. So it is what it is.
Look at Victor said, heck, Jerry
Or
be
the
trying to
food
sign
stamps.
players for a year worth of food stamps.
I don't
What's
know.
up, Travis?
He's gonna have to do something different. He's gonna have to do something different. I mean, you can have a mixture of both. You can spend some money and hold back some money, but don't just stop spending money. Damn, we just oof. I don't know.
You got to have a good draft, and you got to have a good draft, and then you know that the window is about four. With these first rounders is 4 to 5 years. Second rounders is about four. Third rounders and below are around 3 years. But you got to hit on those first 3 rounds. You have to hit on those.
Especially when you're drafting a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
That's major.
Let's see here. He's been posting these fake praise of Dak just to set him up. Uh, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I want to talk to people via blog talk. You gotta explain that to me, Travis. I don't know
It's just
anything.
him. It's just he join in and he'll connect his phone line. They can call in on his line and you can hear him.
Okay, well maybe we can do that next week after the game. Have people call in and give their impression of the game.
Because boy, we better win or else.
I'm gonna leave y'all on here.
Woo wee!
If we don't leave, you're gonna leave us on here.
Why?
I'm
If we
I'm gonna,
lose,
I'm gonna leave y'all on here.
why? We're gonna come up with solutions next time why we gonna beat the Bengals. That's all. Oh Lord.
We're gonna send
We
your
gotta control
resume.
that.
Yeah, we're gonna send your resume and to coach the Cowboys.
We're gonna have to control the line of scrimmage on both offensive and defense. If we can't do that, then we might lose this game. That's the bottom line. We have to bring some physicality to the game. You know,
Yeah, they
smack them
gotta
in the mouth.
come. They gotta come ready to play. They gotta step on the field ready to play. We can't wait until the fourth quarter and want to play ball. We can't wait till the fourth quarter, 5 minutes left in the game, to want to start clicking and showing up and showing doing what we're supposed to do. Teams like Tom Brady and Tampa Bay, you have to hit them in the mouth as soon as the lights on.
Yep.
Lights, camera, action. You have to step on the field and let them know that you here for game. You're not here to play no games. Y'all been talking about us ever since we lost to the 49ers. So we here to do what we came to do, and let's do it and let's get out the field. Play game, play ball. Period. Because
Yeah.
when back in the day when they came in that huddle and they once they broke that huddle, it was game on. From that moment to that clock said zero, fourth quarter, it was game on. And that's what we have to get back to. We have to get back to smash mouth football. All that prissy shit and doing cameras and videos with purses on your hips and shit.
Wait a minute, Nikki. Don't get on Zeke.
Yo, next week I'm gonna put my man bag on too, goddamn. So y'all want to get on Zeke, I'm gonna put my man bag on next week. Y'all keep it up.
Woo,
Better
I
not have it. You
need
better not have it.
not having
You
it.
better not
I
have a
had that
strap
mother.
over.
Might not have no
Yeah, I got a
damn.
strap on it.
It
I
better be
got
a
one
thick
right here.
strap. It better not be that thin ass
Nah, this
strap.
one is the cool one. See, this one goes like this. See, this one goes like this. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that
My
that's
other one
that,
goes
that
around.
so that's damn near a backpack. You ain't
Yeah,
carrying it on
that's
your.
different.
You're not
That
carrying
No,
it
I
on
that's
your
got
hip.
another
different.
one upstairs. I only wear it on
Like,
special
do
occasions. I
you
got
carry
another
it?
one
Do
upstairs.
you carry it on your hip?
It
Do
goes
it,
around. It goes
but
around
do
your
it.
waist to
Does
your
does
back.
it does
Is it a thick strap or a thin strap?
I have two of them. One's a thick
Thick.
strap. One
Answer the
is thick,
question.
and
Thick
one
or
is
thin?
thin. I have both. I have two of them. I have a Gucci
Mm-mm.
one, and
I
then
need
I
to
do
have a
see.
you
I need to
do
see.
MCM bag. I got a Gucci
do
one and an
you
MCM
carry
bag.
it on your hip?
Do you
Now on
put
my
it
back,
across?
around my back,
Okay,
around
so
my back.
Okay, that,
you
that
don't put it
yeah,
across
okay,
your body on your hip.
No, we don't do that.
okay,
Sashay, sashay,
Okay, well
sashay.
then that's a
Sean J,
whole
Sean
different.
J.
Okay,
No,
that's
That's
the
we don't
point
that's
do
we're
that.
trying to make.
yeah, exactly.
We don't do that. We don't do what Zeke be doing.
That's the
Nah,
point we're trying to make.
it's
And
too much
look,
going on in New York, New
what King
Jersey,
said, he
yo.
said you have a backpack.
Yeah, that's one of them. But I got two other bags.
Uh,
Yeah, next week, if we win, I'll bring it
Just
on. If
let
we
it
lose,
go.
I ain't
Let it
bringing
go.
shit.
Man, I know
God
what
damn
they.
it.
He better not be on that sideline giving no interviews with them
Nah, he
with that
won't. He
goddamn
won't.
purse. And it was
He was
red.
feeling so. Yeah, Ohio State. He's a Buckeye. Don't forget he a
I do
Buckeye.
not care.
He had a Chanel bag. That was a Chanel bag on his hip.
He got money, so he's doing his thing.
I ain't mad about the money that he might have had in there, the credit cards he had in it. But damn, he could have had the string longer or something.
Y'all are killing me with that. Oh my god. Oh Lord. He gonna
But
go out and rush for 150 yards, I hope, because of that bag.
well, if the bag is the motivation, well, he need to get one in every color.
Exactly.
He needs to get one in every color.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the next topic we had on the list? Oh, let's discuss Lamar. So
Yeah, I
Lamar
did.
came out today and said that they got till Friday to make a decision. So what does that mean? I mean, he was kind of vague on that. He didn't really go into the whole detail on what he meant when he said they had till Friday to make a decision. What does that mean for Lamar? What does that mean for the Ravens? If no contract decision is made and they don't come to some sort of agreement on by Friday 4, and it has to be by 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
That's easy. He's gonna bet on himself. He's not gonna hold out. He's gonna bet on himself. A lot of quarterbacks do that, and Aaron Judge just did it for the Yankees. Sometimes you got to bet on yourself. Joe Flacco did it.
I mean, Dak
Joe
did it
Flacco
as
did the same
well.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
mean,
Dak did it as well. But the thing is, if you hold out on yourself and you bet on yourself, that's fine because that's then you're saying that you have all the confidence in yourself and all the confidence that you are who you are, and you want to show them and prove a point to them. But you get hurt, then what are your odds? Let me say, what are your odds? I understand that Dak did it. Dak got hurt, and but Jerry Jones them still paid Dak. Um, regardless, they still paid him even though he got hurt. But Lamar is one already that type of style of quarterback that risks injury every time he take off with the ball. That's one thing saying this right there.
yeah, he's gonna
And
ball out.
I mean, the thing about Lamar's situation is that he's betting on it. He's gonna bet on himself. But and all the Ravens are saying is, look, we're gonna pay you $24 million this year. You're under contract this year. This season you are under contract, and you're gonna get paid 24 million. You talking about an extension? We'll talk about the extension when we can come up with the right numbers. Evidently, it's a numbers game for Lamar right now, and we've said this a million times on this show. Dak's contract is looking like
peanut,
pennies
Exactly.
compared to what these contracts are today.
right?
So anybody who wants to complain about Dak's contract, look at this next group starting with Murray and now Lamar and
Watson,
Watson's contract. Wait till Justin Herbert and uh, Joe Burrow's contracts come up. Wait till these contracts come up. I wouldn't be surprised if those guys are making damn
three
near six,
hundred,
yeah, 300, $60
Mm.
million a year.
300 million. Yeah.
He wants
And
more
I think
guaranteed
Lamar
money.
want to bet on himself, but I think a part of him want to bet on himself, but I think a part of him wants to have a contract done as well.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we all know that this is business, and at the end of the day, you can't guarantee that if you bet on yourself and you get hurt, you can't guarantee that they're gonna stand behind you 100%. Um, once you get hurt, so I think it's a gamble all the way around. Um, I think he deserves to be paid, especially the type of quarterback that he is. I think he deserves to be paid. I think is a good decision to bet on himself, especially the way things are in this league now? I would say no. I wouldn't. I would say no, mainly because of the style of quarterback that he is. Every time he take off with the ball, he's risking getting injured, getting
Yeah.
hurt, and every GM and every owner is not the same. You know, they gonna tell you these things behind closed doors that they got your back. They gonna look out for you. Da 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 da. But when that day happens and it comes, and if you injured and they have another quarterback up that they can take for cheaper that might be better than you that they can replace you with, they'll do it. They'll do it. Not saying that he wouldn't get picked up by another team because he would. But if this is where, but they not going to. Their loyalty lies within them and their wallets, not you and you on the sideline. I mean, that's just the reality of things. You know, it happened with Dak, but Dak got lucky. He got lucky. And I guarantee you, and I tell you why he got lucky for two things. Didn't have a quarterback behind him that can step in and take his place. They can say that they can depend on to say, okay, we don't have to pay him. We can move on from him. Two, it ain't really been just that many quarterbacks on the market right now. This draft coming up, it's the quarterback draft. Do you know how fast an owner will say, you know what, we can go get a quarterback in the draft and groom them? Then you got Huntley behind him. That's a pretty good quarterback, pretty good backup quarterback.
Nah, but
You
But
know,
Lamar's
I
a
also,
get
yeah.
it.
yeah, but
I get it.
Lamar is the MVP of the league. And look what happened when Lamar went down last year. Baltimore didn't do anything when he was out. So
But
he's betting on himself, and I do it too. I would bet on myself if I'm a premier athlete. I'm MVP of the league. Why wouldn't I bet on myself? Y'all want to pay me cheaply? I'm gonna bet on myself, and when I do bring us to the promised land and become MVP again, now you're really gonna have to pay. So I think
he
he's
ain't
Yeah,
doing the
gonna be
right
but
thing.
MVP next year.
I think
But
the thing of it is with Lamar though is that he's got to. I'm not saying he doesn't have an arm, but he can't continue. He's not going to be able to rely on his legs too many more years after this. You know, I'll give him a couple. A, two,
another year or two.
yeah, maybe 2 3 years of running the ball. But we all know the NFL is going to take it's taking them hits is going to take a toll on his body, and eventually he is going to have to learn how to stay in the pocket sometime. So just like Vic just said, I was just about to use the Mike Vic analogy. Vic, when he first started in the league, he was Lamar Jackson-ish, running all over the place.
Hmm.
But Vic developed that pocket presence, and that's why his career prolonged the way it did.
Prolonged. Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, the
Hmm.
Ravens got to do a better job at actually driving. I mean, drafting wide receivers then, because it's not all Lamar's fault. He got some good tight ends, but it's the wide receiver position that's been lacking
but
Right.
for
that's the
Baltimore.
offense. But that's the offense, though. The offense is tight ends run the ball, and you got to have tight ends to be able to open up some of those holes for your running quarterback. So,
If
um,
teams take the blueprint of what Miami did to the Ravens last year, he
hmm
gonna have a long season.
hmm
I'm just that's just it. If they take the blueprint of what Dolphins did to him last year, that he's gonna have a long season. When I tell you, Flores defense shut him down, they shut him down. And it didn't help that he was a semi okay thrower. He couldn't. He just wasn't he not a thrower like that. You know. I mean, I know he threw over 400 some yards against the Raiders last year, or whatever. But look who he was playing at that time, you know. But look who he was playing against. But he's gonna have to learn that he another Jalen Hurts. They think that their legs is I mean, it's good to a certain point. But at some point when teams start they defense start cracking down on you and making you beat them, it's a problem. It's gonna be a problem.
I mean, all the quarterbacks that can run. Randall Cunningham was the same way in the beginning until he learned how to throw the ball because he had better weapons. See, that's the thing about the Ravens. They need to go out and get this man some better weapons as well. And once you have better weapons, then you will stay in the pocket a little bit more. Then your progressions will be a little bit different. But if you don't think you have weapons, you're going to take off. You're going to take off and run. That's the first thing you're going to do. They have to get him better weapons, in my estimation. They have to.
That's true, but right now his offense is built for him to run.
For him to run.
Yeah, so that's what his offensive coordinator has done. So it's a double-edged sword when it comes to Lamar. I think that he's come in and proved that that he can be successful in the NFL with this style of play. But how long will his style of play last for Lamar?
Right.
That's the question that these GMs are probably his GM is probably asking himself. I want the young man to get his money. Get your money, bro. I want you to get it.
Me too. Get it.
But that Deshaun Watson contract done effed it up for teams and agents. Nobody's gonna see eye to eye anymore. And with these streaming companies coming in, giving and the gambling companies coming in now, giving the NFL these billions of dollars, they are going to have to renegotiate the next players union players agreement. Is going to have to be renegotiated. That slice of pie is going to have to be a little bit different. And we all know the salary cap's going to go up. So these quarterbacks are now taking up almost a third of the salary cap as it is right now. When is enough, going to be enough? You know, and I'm even go back even further. The baseball and their guaranteed contracts they started bringing up a couple years ago. Look at what it did for basketball, and now looking at what it's doing for football. The difference between those other two sports is you can play in baseball for 10, 13 years, 12, 13 years. You can play basketball for 10, 13 years. It's very rare that you find people that play football that long. The average football life in an NFL player's life is what 4 years now.
4 years.
Yeah. So you know it, the Deshaun Watson contract really changed the game for these quarterbacks. So Cleveland, we can blame Cleveland. Baltimore can blame Cleveland for this. You know, because if I had a choice between Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson, eh,
Spit it out. Come on.
eh, the Deshaun Watson of a couple of years ago, I would take Deshaun Watson. But for Deshaun Watson not to play for 2 seasons and to get the contract that he got, Lamar has every right to feel the way he does.
And they better get this man some weapons because if you look at the Ravens wide receiver core, who is Rashad Bateman? Who is Devin Duvernay? James Porch? Who are these guys? Who's he throwing to? It's the tight ends. Man, listen, if I was him, I bet on myself and say, you know what? I'm going to make these wide receivers great. And in the process, I'm going to get more money. That's the only thing you can do right now. I wouldn't hold out. I wouldn't hold out.
You got to give him the ball.
I would take an insurance policy out on myself, if just in case if I do get hurt, and I'm balling. That's just it. It's the only thing you can do right now. Take one of those hefty insurance policies out, just in case he gets hurt, and ball out. That's it.
I get it. I mean, I get it and I agree. I mean, I agree to a certain extent. I mean, for me, I think I look at it from both sides. I just see how shysty these owners can be in this league. Like you're only as good as long as they can use you and use you up. You know what I'm saying? And when they can't get that out of you anymore, they can't use you anymore, they always have the upper hand and the loopholes to be able to not do this and not do that, not give you this, not give you that. So that's the only thing that I'm concerned about as far as him holding out. Like I said, that got lucky. That got on that looked up that one, Jerry Jones liked him. Two, we don't they don't have nobody behind him that can really say, okay, I can move on from him. At that time, it wasn't really no quarterbacks on the market that you just wanted to go out there and get, and it wasn't no quarterbacks coming up in the draft that you could say, I'm gonna draft this quarterback. I'm gonna take a loss this year and draft this quarterback. You know, so and when Jerry got him, he got him at the right time. Because now if he had to pay him what they are paying quarterbacks now, I can rest assure you it wouldn't have happened.
Well, believe it or not, let's say that Dak does continue. If he keeps giving out the output that he's given over the last couple of years, Dak's gonna have another contract to sign.
Yes, he will.
So and I hate to use this term because I really want to go into this season on a positive note. But these Dak haters got to realize something. Dak is your quarterback. I don't care how much you don't like this man or don't like what he does and this and another. Your quarterback in 2022, and unless he gets hurt in 2023 and 2024,
He's your
it's
quarterback.
going to be Dak Prescott.
Mm.
What?
Get over it.
Right.
See, they have to understand too that finding a quarterback in this league is not a perfect science. It's
Not
not.
as easy as they
It's
think it is.
not that easy just to put another quarterback
You
or draft
can't
another quarterback in your
plug
system.
every quarterback. Exactly.
Exactly.
You
Look,
cannot plug every quarterback into your system, just like you can't plug every wide receiver, every player into your system. And that's why I get so mad at some of our fans that everybody hit the market just because they were good at the previous team or however they feel like we need to go get them. Every player does not fit your system. I don't care how good they were with the team before. Every player don't fit your system. And I get so aggravated. That's why I be getting so mad. Y'all want him too? Like, damn, we got $3. Y'all want him too?
I
Not
just
You
think
three
the
know?
dollars.
fan base, they just want us to try. I'm taking the views of a lot of different fans when I see that they're upset or aggravated or just mad. And they just want the Cowboys to try. I
They
don't think
want
they
big
want you to go
names.
out and yeah, but also sometimes big
Our
names
fan
don't
base is draw
produce.
exactly. We understand that, but a lot of the fan base don't. A lot of them are they like a big name. That's all they know is big name. They don't understand. They don't know small names. They don't understand that just because he didn't play but one, two, three games, he fit our system. They don't understand that. All they know is a big name. Oh well, we need to go get him. Oh, we need to go get him. He had 100 and some catches for Tampa Bay last year. We need to get him. Everybody don't fit your system, and they don't get that.
And not only does everybody not fit your system, we talk about this a lot of times. People, players use the
Come from
Cowboys
the
as leverage to get contracts with other teams.
Yeah, you're right. You're
So
right.
just because we didn't sign a player doesn't necessarily mean that we didn't try to sign a player. There has been a lot of players that have talked to the Cowboys, a lot of agents that have talked to the Cowboys. Just like we were talking about Eric Fisher. Eric Fisher they wanted too much money. So, well, I'm not gonna say he wanted too much money. They wanted more money than what the Cowboys were gonna offer. You know, so I mean, it is what it is. And some of it can be that we try to lowball some of the players, and some of it can be that these players want more money. So, I look at the situation with Von Miller. Von Miller said he wanted to sign with the Cowboys. He told us that he would have signed. The Cowboys offered him the same contract that they offered Randy Gregory. Somebody offered him more. I mean, the truth of the matter is if I'm doing a show with these guys right here and ESPN call me, I know I love you guys, but I'm going to ESPN. I mean, I know that's I'm gonna take y'all with me, but you see what I'm saying? But
I'm in New Jersey. You better. The hell?
but what I'm saying is that what I'm saying is that contract negotiations are just that, contract negotiations. Hey there, who we got? What special guest do we have on today?
Crybaby Lamaya.
Oh my God.
Uh,
What's up, Lamaya? How are
I
you?
mean, not Lamaya. What's that girl? What's your name, girl? Um,
Yeah, we got it the wrong name. What we doing here? It's not Lamaya.
I
Yo,
done
she
call her
looking
my
at
other
you like,
cousin, my other little cousin name, Emil.
Emil, what's going on, Emil? How you doing?
Say
She
hi.
like, what's going on over here?
Yep.
What y'all doing over here?
But yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, Sean, about your comment about you go to ESPN, you gonna leave us not or whatever. Hey, I don't expect you to do nothing else, but I'm gonna be standing out there like Chucky.
Oh shit.
How dare you?
Oh my God. Just come
oh
back and do a
no,
segment on the show, man. Get the money and bring us
oh
with
no,
you. It's
oh
all good.
no, no. If I go somewhere, y'all definitely
That shit
going.
funny as hell.
Like if when Nikki, when you go to ESPN, I just want to be your facts guy. I want to be the guy that send you the information to the screen while you talking. That's all I want to do. I don't need to be seen on the.
I ain't gonna leave my people behind.
But that was just an analogy, though. I mean, contracts are just that, contracts. And if I was able to negotiate, let me even backtrack. I can't stand the Eagles
Oof.
organization, but I respect the hell out of their GM though right now.
I know. I do too. Like,
I,
you
I,
gotta
I
respect them.
yeah, I respect that. He pulls some tricks out of his hat to get players signed that we would have never thought that he would get done. They was in salary cap hell just 2 seasons ago, and now he got them out of salary cap hell and back to being a competitive team. So whatever Howie is doing, we need him to pick up the phone and call the call Jerry and give Jerry some pointers.
But you know what though?
Do we really know that they gonna be a competitive team? I mean, it all look good
See,
on paper,
Oh,
but
I
do
mean,
we
of
yeah,
really
it
know
course,
that?
does.
but the fact that he's trying,
He's
he
trying
went,
Yeah,
something new.
yeah, he went from
yeah, he's
salary
trying.
cap hell to bringing in starters from other teams.
He did, and the
You
same
know,
thing with the Rams.
yeah,
Uh,
so
But see, the
the
only thing with the Eagles had to go out and accumulate all this talent to beat us first because we with their tail
yeah, they
bad
were
last
only
year. So
concerned about beating the Cowboys.
that's
That's
it.
their only focus is making sure that they can level up to beat us. You know, anything else after beating us is a plus to them. But their only concern is beating the Cowboys.
yeah,
But look at their roster though. All the holes that they basically had last year, they don't have those holes this year.
They
The
fixed
only
them.
the only one major hole is at quarterback. No, two major holes. I'm sorry, at quarterback and a head coach. Do we really trust the head coach though? Do you really trust your head coach? The Eagles was 0-7 against playoff teams last year, or winning teams. Again, 0-7. Is that winning football? Oh, they got the best offensive line. They can run the ball. Yeah, against less talented teams in the Eagles. 0-7 versus playoff teams and winning teams last year. Let that sink in for a second. So they had to go out and get all this different talent to compete with the Cowboys. But the Cowboys just stand pat and really didn't do too much, and that's why a lot of the fans are frustrated. That's it. I don't think it's just big names. They just stood pat. Yeah, the draft, we drafted a lot of physical players, but besides that, who else did we bring in? We lost Randy Gregory. You know what I'm saying? We lost Collins. We lost my man Amari Cooper. So it's like, did we bring in equal value talent to the roster? No, we didn't. And that's why fans are frustrated. That's
yeah,
why.
but at the same time, we say no, we didn't, but we actually don't know how some of these players are going to pan out this year. We don't know how some of the players are going to pan out. Um, who would ever thought in 2016 when Romo went down that Dak was going to do as well as he did? So we as fans got to learn just to be patient, take it one game at a time, just like the coaches and players do what they're supposed to do. But let's give it a chance. We could critique it, and could critique it all we want to, and we have that right as fans to do that. We have that right as individuals to do that. But we don't know how this season is going to play out until the season plays out, and that's the good thing about sports. Sports is the ultimate reality show. You
Yeah,
don't
it
know
is.
what's going to happen. That's why people are fascinated about sports. That's why you have more people going to sports events than you have going to concerts. You have more people in a sports event than you have, going to church, because it is the ultimate reality show.
Yeah, it is. But 26 years and counting. So how more patient do you want the fan base to be? 26 years and counting, and that's why they're frustrated. That's why they're frustrated.
Yeah, but think about how frustrated we made other teams when we were going through our heydays back in the 70s and in the 90s.
80s and 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
70s, 80s, and 90s. It was, you know, the Cowboys were, there. You know, we could have been the Buffalo Bills and went to four straight Super Bowls and lost all four of them. So we have to learn as fans to take the good and the bad. I understand there's some fans who have never witnessed a Super Bowl. I'm fortunate enough to have witnessed most of them. I'm
Yep.
fortunate
Me
enough to
too.
see us be in the Super Bowl and lose. So I get the frustration. 26 years, I want to win. I want to win one just as much as everybody else do. But what is our reason for wanting to win? Do we want to win because we love the Cowboys, or do we want to win to stick it to everybody, to stick it to other people's face? What is your objection to
Both.
losing? You know,
Both. You want to do both. Why not
Both.
do
true,
both?
I
You know
want
what
true.
to
I'm saying? We
win
want both.
because I'm a
We
Cowboy
want to
fan,
win.
and I want to shut 'em- I want to shut them up. I'm tired of them
That's
talking.
right.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm just tired of it.
Especially
Um,
Stephen A.
yeah, it's okay. It's 8:52, so um,
Oh wow! See, I
coming
didn't even
close
I,
up.
did, I didn't even realize it was getting towards old
Well, I
man
was
Wow.
time.
watching the time because I know old man time coming up.
Yo, what? She does this every week.
So I just had to
She,
I had to be the one to pay attention this week.
wow. She said demon time. We on demon time right now. That's crazy.
So let's talk about the game tomorrow night. Opening, kicking off the NFL
Buffalo
season.
Rams.
Buffalo Rams. Who you got? Who you taking?
I'm taking Buffalo,
That's
and
my pick.
and the reason why I'm taking Buffalo is because Matthew Stafford is not who we think he is.
He's not healthy right now either.
Yeah, he's not. He does. He didn't. I think that he's a hell of a quarterback. I think that Matt, even when he played with Detroit, I thought that Matthew Stafford you know, was a very very good quarterback. But I don't think that he's a better quarterback than Josh Allen. And I think this is going to be a revenge game. I think the hype of LA is gonna, the hype of LA winning the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah, and I just think that Buffalo's gonna come in. They're gonna be a little bit more motivated and a little bit more hype for the game.
I'm looking forward to a basically high scoring game. Actually, it's gonna be a high scoring game. Really high scoring game. Buffalo probably win by a field goal with no time left on the clock to spoil basically, the ring ceremony tomorrow night. So probably Buffalo's gonna win by a field goal. It's gonna be high scoring though. It's gonna be really high scoring.
Um, yeah, I have Buffalo as winning as well. I think I think Josh Allen was gonna want to pick up from. He still have a salty taste in his mouth from that KC game, and he wasn't the one lost that KC game. It was his defense that lost that KC game. Y'all had one job to do. All I had to do was make one stop, just one stop, and y'all win the game. Just one
Yep.
stop.
Tyreek
That
Hill and that speed. Mm.
Josh Allen, like I said, I think that was probably the game that gave me a more found respect for him. How he came out there and battled play for play. He didn't give up. He didn't say, "Okay, this Patrick Mahomes, I can't beat him." Um, it wasn't even on him; it was defense. So I think he starts off the season with that still in his mind, that momentum, and it starts for them. Matthew Stanford, I never been. I think he done well in Detroit, but I think a lot of I felt sorry for him because I felt like he was a good quarterback at a team that just wasn't going nowhere ever. That would have just ruined his career. Would have had him in the NFL all those years before he did anything. But he looked up, went to a team that had better coaching, put a team together to win, and they won. But again, he was still one play away from not winning it.
Yep.
One play away. Defense. Aaron Donald stepped up, and that's why he's a game changer. That's why he's the player that he is because he is a game changer, and he changed that whole last part of that game for them with that 4th and 1 stop. But I'm still going with Buffalo. It's on you,
Okay.
Kenyatta.
No, I just said Buffalo. I said
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
Buffalo
okay,
yeah, he
oh,
said
okay.
by a
Buffalo.
field goal. Buffalo by a field goal with
So
no
we
time
all
left
going
on
with
the game.
Buffalo.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna be a high scoring game though. It's gonna be a high scoring game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Diggs gonna do. I'm looking forward to the other Diggs tomorrow night. Let me see what he's gonna do on the big stage because it's gonna be him versus Cooper Cup. To be honest with you, they're gonna say,
Right.
well, who's the better wide receiver, Diggs or Cooper Cup? So tomorrow night, I'm looking forward to basically, even though they don't match up against one another, but I'm looking forward to that to see how the wide receivers are doing tomorrow night. Too bad Odell can't play, but it is what it is.
Oh, they're not even with the team.
No, but they still have a locker for him though. They still have his locker there.
Yeah, they
Hopefully he
said
come
they
back and
want him
sign with
back.
them.
Yeah, they said they
That's
want him
crazy.
back.
That's some love right there, boy.
Well, one minute they want him back, then the next minute they saying they moved on.
Oh,
So I think it all just gonna depend, and then it depend on what they want to bring him back on. Sean McVay say he would have to come back on a friendly team friendly deal. So that depends on what he want to come back on. And then I don't know. He crashed that man wedding. He wasn't even invited to that man wedding.
hey, I'm still hoping out that we sign Odell so he can come back and play against the Giants on Thanksgiving. I'm still crossing my fingers on that one.
We're
So,
not one of the teams that he want to come to.
man, shh. Listen, you never know what
Hey,
can happen. You never know.
I'm just saying what the man said.
Look, man. Why he want to go to Buffalo instead?
The
I
man
know he
say
played in New York before, but man, he don't want to go up there with Vaughn. Him and
that
Von Miller are
man
tight.
said he is not. We are not one of the teams that he want to play for. And I'm just saying what the man said.
Man, he can change his mind.
He can. I mean,
He can
he
change his
may have
mind.
to. Um, if nobody call him. But okay. What's the scores? What I got? And I want the callers to kind of chime in on this as well. I mean, the listeners to chime in on this. What scores are we predicting for our game?
Our game. Oh shit, our game easy. That's easy. 21-17 Cowboys. If we can control the line of scrimmage, 21-17.
I'm going 24-21.
I was gonna say 24-27. 20, I said 24-27. I think it's gonna come down to a field goal
But that's gonna get the
or
ball.
an extra point. We might have to go for two the whole game, depending on Meyer and how he coming along.
Now we're gonna be down by a touchdown with 10 seconds left on Tampa Bay's 15-yard line. That throws a pass to the end zone to my man Simi Fehoko. Touchdown, we win the game. God daggone it. That's how we gonna win. I'm
I,
telling you,
I
Simi's gonna be Miles Austin. I'm telling you, I can see it. He's gonna be our version of Miles Austin with hands.
I think Tober's gonna have a big hand in this game because
I hope he show up.
I think it's gonna be tight ends, and I think the slot and the tight ends are gonna get the big plays. I'm like you. I think the CD's gonna get doubled. I don't know who's going to play on the outside of the other on the other side, but I definitely think the tight ends and slot guys are going to get the bulk of the plays.
You know what I would like to see though? I would like to see CD in the slot and then put Pollard on the outside because Pollard played wide receiver in college. I don't know, in practice if he's on the outside or not, but I would like to see that different look. Having Pollard on the outside, having basically, CD Lamb on the inside at the slot position because he did a lot of work in the slot position last year. He was balling in the slot position. So let's see what happens.
So
Let's see.
Cooley Cool says Brady lost two linemen, and y'all think he's going to put up 24. You
Because he's
know,
gonna release the ball quickly. That's
he's
why.
yeah, he's got Mike Evans, Julio, and the
Fournette in the
Gay,
Oh,
backfield too.
yeah,
mhm.
and Fournette in the backfield, and their backup tight end from last year wasn't too
Cameron
shabby. Yeah,
Bray.
yeah,
Cameron's playing too.
something like that. He wasn't too shabby too. So I trust Brady to make a lot of decisions quicker than I would, Dak. I think Dak does hold on the ball a little bit longer than what he should. He doesn't get the ball out as quick. So, you know, yeah, I think that their Tampa Bay will put up at least 3 touchdowns in this game.
Mm.
Let's see. Pollard's going to be a game changer. I hope so. And this is a big one here. You're right,
Yes,
Steven.
I said that already.
We got to
Penalties.
we got to
Penalties is
control
gonna
these
determine
penalties.
this game.
Yeah,
Uh,
penalties. We got to be more disciplined too.
yeah,
Turpin
field
too.
field
Special
position.
teams. It's got to be a mixture of all three phases of the game coming into play for us to win. All three phases: defense, offense, and special teams.
So yeah, he did lose his center, and I definitely think that it's going to be the big plays that's going to, get us. You know, I think we, at the beginning of the show, we said, like I said, especially with Diggs, I love Diggs, hell of a DB, but when he misses big, you know. So we just got to see.
But you
You
know
know,
what though? When he misses big, it's with shifty wide receivers. Mike Evans is not really a shifty wide receiver. He plays better against Mike Evans because Mike Evans is 6'5" and he can get in him a little bit. Diggs has problems with the shifty wide receivers. That's the problem. So Sunday night he should be okay. But Anthony Brown on the other side against Julio though, ooh wee, that's
you know,
that's the matchup I'm looking at as well.
yeah. And actually, I definitely think our D line is going to be able to hold up against the run, but we'll see. All right, Nikki, I did not get a chance to um, download your posters, so
It's
tell
okay.
me tell me about your bash.
Oh, that's why I sent them to you.
See, the segue was that I wasn't able to download them that quick to get them
I
up here.
heard you. I heard you. I heard you. But I didn't think about it until anyway, NFL Divas Beach Bash next year, May 11th through the 14th, 2023. Uh well next week he can put up the um what I'm looking for the flyers. So y'all can kind of get a visual look of it. It's on my page, it's on Candy page, it's on Cherie page. Y'all can reach out to either one of us, phone, inbox. Um, but not just because you know what, I'm gonna turn my light off because people be sending inbox to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm asleep. I want to talk about football right now, but you know, you can get don't laugh here because you know exactly who I'm talking about.
So my phone be off. I don't got no
Oh
time
my
for that.
God, I'd be like, what is wrong with you? But Kenneth, what I was saying, I forgot, lost my train of thought, fooling with him. But Yeah, May 11th through the 14th, Virginia Beach. All rooms are oceanfront rooms. Deposit $100. First deposit due by next month. I got to find out from Candy the exact date next month that the first deposit due. Of course, it's not that if you don't have it paid by that time frame, you still can't come. It's kind of a line that we're trying to draw, so we kind of get an idea who coming, who not coming, so we know how much more we got to start putting out into certain events. We're having this year instead of doing the Jersey Day brunch, we're still doing Jersey Day brunch, but this time it's gonna be a bowling event. So we're gonna pick teams, have surprises, games, all type of things going on that day. Of course, we having the 50 Shades of Blue Gala again that Saturday night, dress to impress. Um, we're also giving out awards that night as well. Of course, we're having the beach day, which is going to be from 11 to 3 that Friday. Then that night we doing the cruise on the water again, and pretty much buffet all days, all you can eat. And then we're gonna also have open bar on those days, on each day. Like 2.5 hours open bar. So, but anyway, just follow my page, follow Candy page, and for any details or questions you have, feel free to reach out to any one of us. I ain't gonna say it anytime, but working hours.
Yeah.
I know that's right. Um,
Like they say on Five Heartbeats, my office hours are.
well, thanks,
Send it
King.
out.
King. Uh, Football Sunday, 4 days. At
Yes,
this time in about an hour and 4 days, we will have known whether we won or lost our first game.
Mm.
yes. And we'll have a lot to discuss, a lot to talk about, especially if we lose.
Well, we gonna have a lot to talk about anyway, because I'm
But
pretty
I'm
sure the,
claiming it. I'm claiming that win. I'm claiming it.
Hey, 21 to
that
17.
Okay.
That's what I'm claiming right now. I'm going
I-
with the under.
I'm
all
staying with
right.
24, 27. I got 2 weeks left in school. That's another accomplishment.
Well, that's
All
what's
right.
up.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Well, once again, thanks for everybody for a wonderful couple of hours. You didn't have to spend this time with us, but you did. So we really appreciate it. To all Cowboys nations out there, let's have a positive outlook on the game on Sunday. Let's bring some positivity in front of the TVs and in that stadium, and let's root these Cowboys on to a victory. We need that positive energy. Uh,
That's right.
and
We
from
got to
there,
turn it into something. Mike McCarthy better not be talking about we nervous again. I don't want to hear that shit. Excuse my French. I
right?
don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that
And
no more.
And he better not be smashing no peanuts and shit like that in the
watermelons and shit.
watermelons in the locker room. So
Butt ointment, none of that.
You know what? Best thing for him to do is not even talk. Don't
just
even
yeah,
say
just
shit.
shut up.
Just
Yeah,
don't even say nothing. Just don't say shit because he don't even know the right stuff to say. Don't even say nothing. Just shut up. Anybody that's coming down for the game, I'll be out tailgating Sunday, so hopefully I get to meet you, see you. However, even at the tailgates and at the game, in the game, whatever. So let's just prepare for a wonderful season. It's here, y'all. Football season is here. No more boring Thursdays. No more boring Sundays. I'm ready. I'm nervous.
no more boring Saturdays. Before we go, what a
Oh
ending
yeah.
to that
You're
LSU
right.
Florida
Yes.
State
Mm.
game.
He should have
Yes.
went for two. I don't know
Yep.
why he
I
didn't. He should have
mean,
went for
your
two.
kicker already been messing up, but special teams was horrible. Special teams was just
Yeah.
they
Do
played
you know why
bad.
that kick got blocked?
Man.
Because the end player on the left end, well, it's probably that left wing player blocked out instead of blocking in. You're always going to have a free, a free runner on the edge, but you have to block down because the inside guys have the quickest route to the ball.
Yep.
So thank you, Natalie. When I seen it get blocked, that's the first thing I looked at. I said, "Man, that guy should have blocked in." But that's enough about that. But
Yeah, I was so mad.
that was a good football game.
Mm.
But it was a good game. It was one of the probably the best game of the of opening college week.
Congratulations to Jackson State. Dion is building something down there.
He's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it. I like the way that he is really working with these young men. Because some of these young men they don't have father figures. Some of them don't have that, and he has really
Mm.
stepped up to make them have that in their lives. The way that boy Travis Hunter cried on his shoulder, I was just like, dang, he got me crying. Just looking at him. And I think I even like when Dion told his son, I say, just because you my son, you can easily get kicked off this team. So don't think
Mm.
because you my son, you get special privileges. It don't work like that. You don't do what you're supposed to do in practice. You don't show up on time. You don't do what needs to be done. You're not playing. You're no better than the rest. You
Yeah,
know. And then like when his son put that chain on after they was winning so bad, so big, and he went put that the one got in his ass. He's like, don't you, he's a matter of fact, don't take it out the house. Don't even bring it up here.
that's what's
You know.
up.
Hey, I'm like, okay, that's what I like it. I like it. He's doing something big.
Yep.
So well we gotta let the old man go to bed, y'all.
Oh, why y'all do him like that?
Right.
Damn. Why y'all do him like that?
Well, I just had to say it before him. You said that's what he was finna say when he said,
Oh
um,
man.
Well, actually, I have a doctor's appointment in the morning.
see,
I have to have, I've got to go and have some exploratory stuff done tomorrow. So it's going to be a minor procedure.
okay.
So yeah, I
Oh,
don't, when I get done, I can come
are
back
they
home and
putting
go
you
to bed.
under?
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah,
yeah,
so I know to call and check on you.
yeah. They're going to put me in there. So, but it's supposed to be very, very minor. So, uh, but anyway, with that being said, thanks for everybody. Thank you, Natalie. Thanks for everybody coming up,
I
and
keep
thank you.
saying you
And
say thank you, Natalie. I can't see nothing Natalie said.
I
I
can't
just
see no comments.
I
What's
can't
going
see nothing.
on?
How why you
boom,
hogging all the comments?
boom. There's Natalie there.
He get all the love
Dang.
tonight.
Thank you,
Let's
Natalie.
Thank, thank,
I deal
thank,
with him
thank
off
you,
the
thank you,
air.
thank you.
see. I was trying to go ahead and get to your, our new outro. I appreciate that.
Oh,
Uh,
I forgot about. Did I send y'all the new one?
yeah, you sent it to
Mm,
me.
I must have been on that medicine.
Uh huh.
I don't even
well,
remember sending that.
Well, here it
mm,
goes.
This has been
uh,
Stars Talking Cowboys, the podcast, with your hosts, Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. Be sure to check us out every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central. Also, hit us up on your favorite social media platform. Follow, rate, review, and subscribe.
All right then. We see y'all next week.
all right.
All right. Good night,
Y'all
everybody.
have a good one.
I'm
God
gonna be
bless.
on.
Thanks for coming
I'm gonna
out.
be on time next week, y'all. I know you ain't talking, Kenyatta.
I ain't say a word. I didn't say a word. I didn't say a word. I'm
I,
chilling.
you bed
I plead the
not.
fifth. I'm getting ready to drink some water. I plead the fifth on that.
I'm about to go drink some water too.
Good. I was gonna say you better not be going to drink nothing else.
I can't drink nothing or eat nothing after 12 o'clock. So I'm about to go drink some water and take my tail to bed. So,
All right.
All right.
all
Well,
right.
good
See y'all
night,
next
y'all.
week.
See y'all
All
in the
right. Night
chat.
night.